Om Shanti, and a very good morning to all. Today, since it is Sunday, we will have a Murli Manthan session. So the Murli that we will take today. Am I not audible, Rakhi sister?
Voice is a bit feeble. That's it.
Okay. Now is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So I will just share my screen. So the Murli that we will take today is dated 27th March 1981. The title of the Murli is How to Be Loved by the Father, by the People, and by Oneself. So I have just tried to take out a few points, so that we can dive in deep with these points and churn on it a bit. It's in the alphabetical order. So the first one is where Baba speaks about the anubhav, the experience. So I will also share the Murli. The very first thing that Baba begins the Murli with is that your souls are with me, right? So you don't have to walk and you have to fly. So Baba is asking that, are you all flying? Since you've met the Father, you have the Father with you. So are you all there in that flying stage? Taking the point a bit deeper, Baba says that there are times when you souls become tired, right? You feel tired. Of course, all of us might have experienced this. This happens. Maybe if we are trying a lot for a particular purushart, or maybe on a particular sanskar of ours that we are just trying to change, that we are trying to modify. But somehow it's not happening. Somehow things are not working. There is that kind of dissatisfaction at that moment, or maybe dil shikasti, jisko Baba kehte hain, right? So what happens is the soul tries to, get into that space of negativity, that why am I not able to do this? And how many times more am I going to try, right? So the thing that Baba shares here for this is all you have to do is you have to recall your experiences. I'll just read the line. Baba says, simply experience something and then share your experience. Now, maybe at that time when the soul is tired, you might not have, or we might not experience new things at that time. But then recalling the old ones, becomes quite of a boon, or becomes quite of a positive aspect at that time. Because I remember in one of the classes, I don't exactly remember that, but it was so well described there that maybe we have 4 subjects, like Gyan, Yog, Dharana, Seva, but Baba always underlines the anubhav, right? The experience. It has the highest authority of all. And Brahma Kumaris here, what we are attached to, or why all of us are here, it's because somewhere, sometime, something or the other we have experienced. Maybe a big, maybe experiences at a bigger picture where things were like not good, and then something happened, and Baba came in and he helped. Maybe an experience of that. Maybe little experiences that each one of us has, each day with Baba. So Anubhav ki authority. What I am trying to say here is that recalling some of our own experiences in those times when the soul is actually feeling a bit tired, mm, this can really benefit all of us. So, particularly, Baba has underlined two form of experiences here. He says you have to share something about your own family, that is, of your own relationships, and the second about your own attainments. Right? Like I mentioned earlier, also, it is something or somewhere, something that the soul has experienced, and that is why we are here into this knowledge. Right? Another point related to the experience, to the Anubhav, is that it brings you very close to Baba, right? If you've tasted something, if we've tasted something and we know that this is sour or maybe this is sweet, it is easy for us to tell the others that, oh, I have tasted this dish, I've tasted it and it feels sweet. And nobody will ever be able to deny your experience. Maybe if there's some other thing, if maybe if you are forced to trust or believe someone else's experience, that may be difficult. But one thing that you cannot deny is your own experience, your own anubhav, right? So, another point related to experience is that it increases your determination. ज्ञान में निश्चय को बढ़ाता है. What? Anubhav. So, whatever Baba is saying, just try to practice on that. Just try to experience on that particular point. Maybe one particular point each day from each murli is enough to have the experience. I remember going to Madhuban. I used to make it a practice that, I will come back and I will jot down the entire journey, the entire trip to Madhuban every time. But every time it's not possible. So, I just try to write down somewhere, some point that, this journey, this time when went to Madhuban, was it for Seva? Was it for Baba Milan? Was it for anything? And then this helps me so much when you open the diary again, uh, in times when you really need this, and you try to sit with yourself, you try to recall those experiences that, yes, this time I was there for Seva, and this is how Baba helped me. This is how Baba came. It gives you a lot of joy. One thing that I would like to mention here is, when I was last connected with the AOS Bhatti, the angel of Shiva Bhatti, I'm sure many might be practicing it. But one thing that brother gave homework over there was to maintain a meditation journal, wherein we were to jot down each day's experience, each day's anubhav, okay, in that bhatti. I guess this was the last one only, the one for the month of July, if I'm not wrong. Every day you were forced to maintain. Now, since it was your homework and you're following the bhatti, we were forced to write a meditation journal, each day a new experience. And I was shocked to see that, the bhatti lasted for 21 days, 21 different experiences that I even sit down and look at each of it now. It gives you a sense of satisfaction, a sense of happiness from within that, oh yes, this was the same me that was practiced this. So one thing that I remembered is while I was just sitting in, maybe it was 2nd or 3rd of July, and while I was sitting in yoga, I just told Baba that, Baba, uh, we are beginning with this, we are beginning with this new party, and you have to give experience. Okay. A very beautiful thought just crossed the mind. It was daily. It was daily 21 days. I used to get very different experiences from the party. But that beautiful thought of, while I was sitting in yoga, just a flash came in that I, the soul, and I was just sitting in this consciousness, and a slight thought came that you are a beautiful shade of God. And this thought was very rare, very new to me. I said, I am a shade of God. How can this be possible? And then I started elaborating on it. That, when Baba suddenly said that you are a shade of God. And like, there are shades of different colors, there are shades of different, I don't know what not, but then you are a shade of God. And while digging deep into it, it gave me, it gave me thrills inside that, oh, this is so lovely. And I packed up my yoke that day with the same thought that it's so bright, it's so beautiful. Again, elaborating on whatever God's powers are in me, whatever the qualities of the God are in me. And the day ended. I jotted down this experience, that I have got this thought. And the other day, while I was reading one of the Avyakt Murlis, there was this same point that, you are Master Paramatma. And I was so shocked that how come this point is touched me yesterday while this had to come up again in the Murli. This was connected to the previous day. And it was so beautiful that I had the same thought. I was sitting with that same chintan. And it was like brilliant. So multiple experiences from the body. And the point that I'm trying to make clear is that Baba very beautifully underlined here is your experience. And it has the highest authority of all, right? So I would request if any of you could share a bit more on, the point of experience. How do you feel, or what do you feel is anubhav or is experience to you? Anyone would like to share anything on that? Please go ahead. If you would like to share any of your experience, that will also do. Or what do you feel with the point of when Baba says that you need to experience things, how it brings you, or what do you take with it practically? Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so sometimes when I sit in meditation, so I try to experience, I'll take up some point and then try to drill down deeper and deeper, and then observe myself, how am I feeling? So maybe the state of mind may not be that right, but still, uh, see, if I'm sitting with the word peace, right? So I will think that I am a peaceful soul, okay? And I will say it very slowly, very slowly, and try to go deeper and deeper into that word. And then that I feel, that it's creating a wonderful vibration within me, and I feel that I'm soaked in that, and I try to experience that and sit in that, and it eventually it gives me a good state of mind, and it takes me to a stabilized mind, an easy mind. So that's one way that I experienced.
That's nice. That's nice.
Right. So it's just like the more we drill down with that, right? So the deeper we can go to the bottom and touch, right? So that really touches our heart. So we have to
Yes.
give that, yeah, we have to give that time and that space. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else would like to add on to the same point or like to
One of
share?
my recent experiences on the same was while I got an opportunity to be at the center, stay at the center for 2 days. And the second day, while I was in the Amrit Vela, sitting in Baba's room with the red lights all on, one experience that is so intoxicating for me is, experiencing this silence without any words, and there is so much of love and peace within. And that was for few seconds, but the whole day was in that intoxication of who I am is a peaceful and a loveful soul. And that's what Baba is showering on me. And whole day that experience was the feeling of so much of energy. Though I'd woken up at 2:30 in the morning, even at 10:30 in the night, I had the same energy. This is just a week before this experience. And I look forward to that experience every time when my energy is down from that moment onwards. Shanti.
Wonderful.
Om Shanti. Uh,
Om Shanti.
I would like to share this reflection that when I do Amrit Vela and then the Murli in the center, Amrit Vela, of course, at the home. When I listen to the Murli, that time, the experience which I get during that time, it's undescribable. And I endeavor to recreate that experience in the later part of the day when I'm in office or at home also, and preparing for the office and then go to office. And uh, I so I keep the Murli in front and make notes. And if I don't have the hard copy, then I just go to the soft copy on the mobile or the computer and see those keywords. And those keywords are the switch words actually, which you again recreate that experience. And that's something about during lunchtime. I put on the audio Murli, and then it recreates that experience. So this is one thing which we remain connected with those experiences. Yes, experience is the supreme authority, and nothing is more practical than experiencing it in the real. So that's something which, and that's undescribable. I can't describe what kind of experience, but then that is something which is giving me joy of looking forward to another day's Murli and go to the center and get recharged and feel that charge whole day. Om Shanti.
Yes, wonderful. Because at the Brahma Kumaris, this part is the best part that I believe. Because uh, it's so wonderful when Baba says the अपना भी अनुभव करो और औरों को सुनाओ. It gives you so much of positivity within. When I remember, even these days, I'm not sure if it's practiced, but if anybody used to go to Madhuban for the first time, or maybe always, they are requested to come back to the center and share their experiences. Why? Because this will motivate others. This will bring others also more close to Baba. So, moving on, this was the first point. The next in this thing was where Baba mentioned best and waste. Baba says, should you ever question why the test paper has come, just take a second to judge between what is waste and what is best and finish it in a second. Put all the waste in the waste paper box for half a cycle. Now, I like this line where Baba said that put all the waste in the waste paper box for half a cycle. This means I, the soul, I am not supposed to emerge, or rather, I am required to merge all the sanskars, those are waste, okay, for a half a cycle. जैसे हिंदी में बाबा ने कहा है कि इसको आधा कल्प के लिए ये संस्कार वेस्ट पेपर बॉक्स में डाल दो. it is deep. The point is very deep. That Baba says that you only have to emerge those sanskars which are now useful to you, mm, and not the ones which are not required, because whatever is happening for half a cycle. I remember one point here where Baba daily says in the Sakar Murli ki परिवर्तन जो हो रहा है बेहद में हो रहा है. बाबा क्यों आया है? बाबा बेहद का परिवर्तन करने आया, right? It is not limited, it is unlimited. So I, the soul, also, we have these sanskars. I do carry some sanskars, but then I will have to merge the ones which are not needed now, and will have to emerge the Satyuki sanskars, the angelic sanskars, the yogi sanskars. So I like this line a lot where Baba said that now you have to choose between best and waste. Further, Baba adds on that you have to become a judge. Okay. A judge is able to give a judgment of yes or no within a second. And you don't have to become a lawyer, but you have to become a judge. Taking this point further, Baba very beautifully says that you have to sit on the throne. You have to take this reward and you have to sit on a throne. So while you are to sit on a throne, it has to happen for a long time. Baba here underlines that you now have to fill yourselves with such sanskars for a long period of time. It must be for your whole life. It just not has to be for a few minutes or for a few moments. Now see, while in Satyug or maybe while in Treta Yuga, it will not be like if a king is just sitting on a throne, he's just there for a few minutes and he's coming down. No. We have to realize this point very deeply here also, that I am to experience this stage for a long time. Asking the self or visualizing the self of being in a particular stage now. And here Baba has underlined that you call this life. It's your life. So it's not only for one moment or the other, but it has to be every time. So we have to now start bringing this into experience. Again, experiencing it. Right? Certainly, Baba has underlined this is your angelic life, this is your yogi life, this is your easy life. But you have to now make it a part of your life. No more calling yourself a learner or, uh, someone who is just in that stage of learning, or of course each one of us is practicing, but then it now has to become the stage, right? We are allowed to make mistakes again, because since nobody is perfect yet, but then this has to be uh, a part of the life for a longer period, right? Since if we are to have this experience there in Satyug for a longer time, we need to maintain this stage also for a long time, right? So this was one point where Baba started from best and waste to dragged it to, you are to experience this for a long time. Here, one more point that touches me and takes me deep is each soul will become or will attain the highest stage according to his or her own path, right? Now, see, when we say that Lakshmi Narayan, har kisi ko banna hai, but then it's a degree. It's a degree, right? Nobody is going to become like Lakshmi Narayan, number one. No, each one will have his or her own number. Similarly, like suppose if I say that I'm to get a degree of a lawyer, multiple students are going to sit for the exam, multiple students are studying, but each one won't be able to attain the highest stage, the first number. No. There will be fixed numbers, there will be fixed stages. But no matter what, each soul will attain that degree, will attain that stage in more or less numberwar jisko Baba कहते हैं. But definitely we need to start experiencing this now. So any of you would like to add on anything to this point? To easy life, to yogi life, to angelic life? Go ahead.
Om Shanti, can I reflect on that earlier point that where the
Yeah, sure. Please,
base
please.
this point also had touched me a lot during the reading session, and we can the reflection would like to share is that the soul is like a CD. Means we have a sanskars, we have a it's like a CD, and where it's a not just that we can just store and we can rewrite. We can It's a rewritable CD where we can create folders. Now there is a folder called waste, and there is a folder called the best. Now, whenever we have this kind of when we judge as a good judge, connected with Baba, then in 1 second we can judge whether it's the best or it's the waste. So if it is a waste, we just put it in that folder and forget about it. That 63 births, that's a big folder. So that convenience is there with us. That option is there with us, with the soul. That's a very, very beautiful point which Baba has told us, very deep point. And I totally agree that if we imagine, if we visualize this, that we are a rewritable CD. And that's why we are Baba, we can take full advantage of Baba in the conference stage and rewrite our destiny, which repeats every kalpa. Om Shanti.
Wonderful. Because Baba has given us the authority, right? You are to select. Yes. Anyone else like to add on? Or shall we move forward? Okay. So the next in this thing was A, we've completed with another. Just a second. Okay, the third one is C, that is connection. Baba here has mentioned about connection. Yes. Baba says that there is no question about how service will take place or how you will give lectures. Simply consider yourself to be an instrument and sit with your connection forged to the powerhouse. Then see whether you are able to give a lecture or not. This is so beautiful, where Baba says that just sit connected to the powerhouse and then don't worry. He further adds, since that toy can be made to work, can your mouth not made to work? Can plans not be made by your intellect? The moment you ask how, you insulate your wire with rubber. Then because of the rubber insulation, you are unable to make a connection, and so you do not see any instant fruit. This is so true. While maybe uh, it's considering our own purusharth or maybe say seva, the moment we start questioning about how am I going to do this or how will this happen, Baba says this is going to land you or this is going to provide a rubber coat into the soul, where the soul will not be able to connect to Baba. Why? Because deep in the intellect, there will be questions. Okay, there won't be a straight connection, or there won't be a straight line connecting to Baba saying that whatever you say, I accept that. No, the questions coming in between will create a barrier there, right? And often when Baba mentions about the intellect, he says that if your intellect is filled with waste, you may not be able to receive the touchings that I wish to offer you. You will not be able to judge, you will not be able to discriminate. Why? because your intellect is already occupied with a lot of waste, with a lot of questions over there. And then Baba says that you need to make this clear. For the clear connection, you need to have your intellect clear. Now, taking this point a bit deep, see, it is, we call Baba Nirakar, right? Nobody has ever seen him. Now, if you are if you are delivering the course, the Raj Yoga course to someone, or if you are giving a slight parichay about Baba, you might not be able to bring Baba down and show the other person that, see, this is my Baba. No, but it is deep within your intellect that, I have seen him and I have been experiencing him with all the changes that he's bringing in me. So it is only the intellect which allows us to stay connected to Baba. And the point that I'm trying to make clear here is it should be so clear within the intellect. Why? Because Baba always mentions that Paras Buddhi, Divya Buddhi, uh, golden aged Buddhi, Satyuki Buddhi. Why? Because it is this Buddhi, it is this intellect with which we are able to connect to Him. We are able to listen to Him because we have no other source, we have no other means of connecting to Baba. Sakar mein to nahi hai possible, but anyway else also, of course, the Murli, we listen to it, but then the deep personal touchings that the soul is ever able to receive is with the help of this intellect. There's no other way. देख भी सकते हैं बुद्धि को तो बाबा calls this as दिव्य नेत्र, जो ज्ञान का तीसरा नेत्र दिया है. What is it? It is the intellect, right? So let's make it a point where whatever we are looking at, whatever we are going through, maybe on social media, maybe on the television, whatever we are listening, whatever we are reading, let's be wise enough to choose what is good, what is bad. Because each thought, again, is creating a very deep effect on the mind, a very deep effect on the intellect. It makes the intellect blurry if there's a lot of waste, if there's a lot of burden on it, or if, at times there is things which should not be there, but they're still there. So it drives your intellect somewhere away from Baba. I remember people coming up, where last week or maybe before that, we just had a very brief session on this digital wellness. Okay, and there was this short thing of people getting into a lot of waste on the internet, not needed at all. Even Brahman souls, one class or the other, one music channel or the other. I don't know what not. Of course, it's good to listen to classes, it's good to listen to what the others have to share, but not all the time. If you are keeping all the time, if this intellect is all the time engaged in something or the else, in some brother, in some sister, then when am I going to experience? When is my intellect going to connect to Baba? Of course, once in a while, it's okay to listen to a lecture, to listen to the Maharaji's class, to jot down points. That's fine. But every now and then, connecting to the headphones and listening to something or the else, I will not be able to experience, right? So 2 points here that Baba wants us to think on is, or Baba underlines here is, first, the line clear, very clear. Okay? And second, are you within the line of code of conduct? To have a very good connection with Baba, these 2 points are extremely important. A clear connection, a clear line, and second, within the line of code of conduct. Srimat. This C was for connection. Anybody else would like to share anything on this?
Um,
Anything
Sister,
on?
please.
Yeah.
that experience that you said, right? So we generally we know Brahmins, they don't lack for knowledge, right? So every day we get so much of knowledge, but of course, what we lack is to go deep into the point and we experience and make it our own. That is where, like you rightly said, so much of information out there, um, big case and non big case, and but yes, when we go to that expansion, right, we may not be able to stick to the point and experience that point, right? So it is very important when we take up something that we like and then sit with it and take further deep drill down. That's when we really experience the point. So I really experienced that. And another thing that I want to add here is Baba said that, you know, when Baba came, when we have the toys, right? So when we give the key and the toys start talking, right? So similarly, when we consider ourselves to be an instrument, right? Especially when we give knowledge to someone or when we are instrument to give knowledge to someone, I often experience that you know, I just sit, or when I start talking, then by the time I finish uh, talking to them, right, I feel like so many points, you know, came without me going deeper and thinking about it, and then I feel so good. When I look back, I was thinking, oh, so many things I said. So, you know, I didn't even think about it, how all that came, you know. So I often feel, yeah, it's Baba's teaching. So Baba wanted to give this information, this particular soup. So he just used me. So like that, many times I experience that, you know, when we are ready to offer, then there is a feeling that, okay, someone is using me. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, wonderful. Most of the times, this is the case. He comes in and he does his work, he goes away, and then I guess this is the same Murli where Baba has, there is one line or something that, you know, बाप का काम है या बच्चों का काम है? अच्छा, बच्चों का काम बाप का है, लेकिन नाम बच्चों का होता है. I'm not sure where it is here in this English PDF, but it's so beautiful where Baba says that, you know, this is everything that is being done is by me. Only you are coming up when your name is coming up, right? But then I often tell Baba that name is also yours, because Brahmin souls all deliver it to Baba, right? They surrender it everything to Baba. So naam bhi Baba ka hai, naam bhi Baba ka hai, like that. So moving on, taking this point further, Baba has connected this to the three certificates, which is again the title of the Murli: to be liked by the Father, to be liked by everyone, and to be liked by the Self. So Baba here says that it is not just that you will only maintain a connection with Baba, but you also have to maintain a connection with the family. Yeah? Saying that you are just close to Baba, you are connected with him, this is not enough. He wants us to have a connection with the family as well. Why? Because in the kingdom, it will be this family we will be coming with and we will be playing a part with, right? So Baba here says that you have to receive three certificates: one from the Father, one from everyone, one from the family, and the third is from the Self. So the very first point, like for the first certificate to receive from the family, is to give regard and receive regard. Baba very beautifully has said that no matter what someone is like, you have to be a bestower and continue to give. Whether someone gives you anything in return or not, you must simply continue to give. Become altruistic in this. You don't have to question that, you know, I gave this so much, but then I didn't get anything in return. I gave something 100 times and the other one didn't. a very deep and a subtle point with this is to understand this is the soul is very infinite, right? It's not limited. Soul is actually so limitless, you know. Again, that same point of बहुत बेहद में है आप, right? We are not limited to the consciousness of these five elements, to the consciousness of this body, to the consciousness of our relationships, or maybe say the materialistic stuff. We understand this on the outer level, on the superficial level. We understand this that, you know, I am not this body, I am not my relationships. But then taking this point a bit deeper, that I am so much more. I am so much more within. I am tending towards infinite. You know, this experience I had a few days back in while I was sitting in yoga, and this one thought that the soul is so much extending to infinity. You know, बेहद में है कितनी आत्मा. So if I, the soul, I am limitless. So these things, these limited things will won't ever be able to satisfy me. Why? Because I am limitless. I am so much beyond. I am so much beyond this little stuff of he told me this, he said this, she did this, and he did that. These little matters, they drive the soul down. They bring the soul's energy very low. And the soul is actually so much powerful, so much into, again, I would like to use the word infinity, so much beyond, right? Even if we take a few moments of sitting into yoga, just concentrating on I am the soul, mm, digging deep down to what are my qualities, what are my powers. The one thought that will come up is, you know, I am not really into barriers of my relationships with someone, of, you know, someone hurting me, someone bringing me down. No, I am way more beyond my work, way more beyond my uh, the position that I am at, right? This needs to be very deep. This needs to be very, very, very deep. Why? Because every now and then we will come somewhere, some in somebody's contact. Maybe at work, maybe at home, maybe whatever. Something or this or somewhere, you know, there will be stuff like things which bring the soul into these limited consciousness, right? अपना ही देह का भान है कई बार तो अपने ही संस्कार है many a times. So this consciousness has to be very deep, and I'm so much beyond. And then it becomes easy for me to give regard to myself, to others as well, and then receive regard, which Baba said that mm, if we are to receive a certificate from everyone,
Om
this is
Shanti.
then important. Yes, brother.
Om Shanti. I would like to share in this at this moment that the soul is even beyond own mind, intellect, and sanskars. If you see the truly deeper sense, uh, my mind cannot decide what I am supposed to do. Means mind, intellect, and sanskars are also subservient to the soul. Soul is so powerful, and that's the stage of loving and detached stage where I am just the instrument, and the instrument never gets involved with the with the elements. And when we say stone intellect, stone is a element of nature, earth, and that's why Baba says when the intellect when the intellect when the intellect is affected by the five elements, then the intellect is no more powerful. Intellect is so that the soul consciousness brings the soul to a powerful stage where we are beyond what who said, as you very rightly brought out, he said this, she said this, and it's so happened he's feeling angry with me or whatever in the situations. They don't even impact you. They can't impact you. Only when we come to a lower level, the soul comes to a lower energy level, and about the infinity, it can be easily proved that the soul is limitless or infinity, because when in remembrance with Baba, that condition is a very must, because otherwise soul treats mind as the original mind, intellect as the original mind, intellect, and sanskaras as the origin. No, they are pariah. Baba tells the soul that, look, your original form is this, limitless, nirakari, nirvikari, nirankari. That's your original form, like me. And infinity is 1/0. 1/0 means one is Baba, one, none but one. And when it is in with the zero in the denominator, zero means either soul. When remembers none but one, then I am in limitless. Then I am in that consciousness of unlimited. Then I don't even get touched by these lower energies. Like he said, there's who's role consciousness. I'm not even touched by the role consciousness. Om Shanti.
Yes, so true. Anyone else would like to add on to this point?
Om Shanti, sister. Good morning. Giving regard and getting regard is so essential. I mean, even on the day when this module was being rendered, I shared this point, and that in this present world, in the society, everybody has his own values. They have their own set of giving or having a self respect. It might be conspicuous to others, might not be, but everyone has a self of sense, sense of self. I mean, be it monetary, be it valuable or not. But getting to that one good point of everybody and giving regard, as simple as we thinking that the other person is a soul itself emanates that regard. Baba has taught wonderful words like Bhaiji, Bahanji, and applying that sense, that code of conduct to everybody, be it Brahmin, be it not, that connects us to the rest of the souls very easily, and it makes us one amongst them. In my realizations, it has made me one amongst so many people. I mean, despite being a little tender minded, or probably because सात्विक होना इस संसार में बहुत ही मुश्किल है, and amongst them, once we are able to still sustain and be as Avinashi as the soul itself, sustaining through the challenges, it in fact brings one's regard to oneself that yes, Baba has made us strong. Baba has made us continue to lead this path in such a fine manner, living harmoniously amongst others. Yes, that's all. Thank you. I'm Shanti.
So true. Very well said that, everybody has that sense of self. Mm. Yes, the other two certificates is to be liked by the Father. As Baba says that Lord is pleased with an honest heart. Right? Sache dil par Sahib Razi. So the key to Baba is honesty. Right? And if we are honest, wherever there is honest stuff, there is Baba. Like normally also it is said that uh, Paramatma Sat, Sat hai, Satya hai. The other one, to be liked by the self. So Baba says, the easy way to like yourself is to stay within the line of Srimad. This is so natural. I mean, the soul anyway experiences that content, that satisfaction, that happiness within when we've done something or when we've obeyed Srimad. Maybe if it's the Srimad of Amrit Vela, maybe it's the Srimad of listening to the Murlis, sitting in the class, maybe any other thing. But these basic Srimad also, they add on to the joy, they add on to the energy of the soul. Right? So the next point is D. D is do not come down from your elevated stage, right? Where Baba has said that, just quickly wrap up with these few points. Yes, where Baba has said that You just have to sit on your elevated stage. Okay. So three things he has mentioned here, that is sit comfortably, sit in intoxication, and sit with the right. आराम से बैठो, नशे से बैठो और अधिकार से बैठो. That means give away all the burden to Baba, right? Let him handle everything, right? And you just be seated on your elevated stage. Right? Because even now, if we have Baba with us, and if we don't sound like, the children of God, then when are we going to? Because many a times this happens. People come and people look at their faces. At times we are not. It's not really possible to maintain that highest or elevated state all the time. It's very rare. But yet, being keeping that awareness or being in that consciousness, or at least trying to do that, because these are the moments that we are spending with the Almighty, right? So this should reflect, right? This should come out. The next alphabet is, I believe we are done with D. Yes, the next alphabet is E. Ekras Avastha. Baba has twice mentioned in the Murli that you have to maintain a constant and a stable mode. So maintaining this Ekras Avastha, Baba says that, at times you have that question mark, at times you have an exclamatory, and many a times there are very few times when you maintain this full stop. So ek rasa avastha Baba keh rahe. So any points on this, quickly, how to maintain or how to remember or how to be in this ekras or the sampanna mood which Baba has said. Quickly we can just go through this and then the last point. Anyone would like to share anything? What I feel here is ekras means the word one, right? Ek. So being close to the one, being in remembrance with the one. Of course, this point already has been discussed that, too much of things, like too many classes, too much of purshat for the day, keeping too many points. I will do this and I will do that. Slightly irritates the self also when we are not able to do things at the end of the day. So little by little steps, and just remembering to be aware, to be in that consciousness of experiencing, of gaining things, will help to stay in that stage of being one with him or remembering the one. Ekrasa avastha, right? Not really too many shifts in the mood. Okay, so the last point, fulfilling rewards. Now there are 3 rewards in the Murli where Baba has said. One is the reward of knowledge is to become the embodiment of remembrance. Okay, the reward of the confluence age is to be like the fathers, to be similar to the Father, and the reward of the future, of course, is that deity stage. So the first, the reward of knowledge, is being an embodiment of remembrance. So the more we churn knowledge, the more we get into it, we try to become that. I remember while I was not well a few days back, it was a very beautiful point from the Avyakt Murli that kept touching at that point was, ये सारा कर्मों का हिसाब किताब है and ये चुकतू हो रहा है. So you must be now happy that, this is all getting settled. I again and again had this thought of this is all getting settled. So there was, I might not say there was that complete intoxication, no, but then that there was that slight comfort within that everything is getting just settled. Hisab kitab chuktu ho raha hai, and this is being managed. So while in that zone of distress, and the body was not comfortable, and you have that fever, you still ये ज्ञान की जो points हैं ये काम करती है वहाँ पे भी. So where Baba says that this reward of knowledge allows you to become an embodiment of remembrance. Next, the reward of the confluence age will make you become like Baba. So Baba has underlined three things here. Whatever the father's virtues will be the children's virtues. Whatever is the father's task will be the children's task. And whatever is the father's stage will be the children's stage. This is known as the reward of the confluence age. Back to Saman. The last reward is the reward of the future, that is that of a deity. But before reaching that stage, we have to attain these two rewards, right? The reward of knowledge and the reward of confluence age. Yes, in a minute, if anybody would like to share anything from the entire Murli, any other point that we've missed, or please go ahead. We wrap up the session. Anybody else would like to add on, would like to share anything, please go ahead.
Baba spoke about a similar related point is that Gita episode has to come to end, and we come to the 18th chapter where we are Nashtamoha and then becomes Mati Sarup. Knowledge plays a very important role in Nashtamoha because knowledge is like a sword which cuts the attachments which we have, all these limited attachments, other than the soul consciousness stage. Whatever is there is attachment only. Knowledge cuts that and becomes enables soul to be Nashtamoha, and then automatically the Smriti so Sarup, automatically that Sarup is what Baba says, experience, embodiment of experience. And that's the elixir of joy, happiness, bliss. That's what Baba expects us to enjoy every Om Shanti.
Yes, yes, so true. Okay, so anyone else would like to add on anything? We will just take a moment of silence, reflecting points and slight meditation on that. Om Shanti, let's sit straight. I, the soul, I am an embodiment, knowledge. I am an embodiment of peace. I am an embodiment of birth. The highest authority that I have is my own experiences with Baba, my own relationships, my own connections, the One, the Almighty. I take up this homework for today that I am to experience Baba in whatever I do. My daily chores, my work, the Murli that I listen to, the time when I'm sitting in yoga, when I'm speaking to someone, all of this, I am to have this awareness that I am a beautiful being. So is the other soul. Throughout today, I take this point, experiencing the little joys, experiencing Baba's companionship, experiencing a great connection with him. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.